Hello and welcome to our podcast, What's in this week's Oban Times, or Witwhat, with me, Sandy Neal.
Me, Jodie Hagan.
And me, Owen Wild.
Well, spring has arrived. Hooray! That is pretty big news in itself. But here are some more local headlines from this week's Oban Times. You can read all the stories and lots more online by going to westcoasttoday.co.uk or by picking up a printed copy in newsagents, supermarkets and petrol stations. Now, Kathy was away at the beginning of this week, so Jodie has a roundup of Kathy's stories and her own. Jodie, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Sandy. Well, a temporary cut to Oban Library's opening hours has caused rising concern in the community, with groups who use the space and parents voicing concern about the significant cuts. But Liv Argyle now says that it hopes the hours will soon return to normal. In other news, a report has revealed that Argyll and Bute Council could face a repair bill of over £7 million for its roads and infrastructure as a result of Storm Éowyn. Our reporter Kathy has a big story for you this week about on-call firefighters serving Seil and Easdale Island working out of 2 rotting garden sheds with no lighting, heating or power to recharge crucial life-saving kit. Community councillors are calling for urgent action from the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service and say lives are potentially being put at risk because of these inadequate conditions. Read all about that in this week's Oban Times. A therapy pet from Oban, Sky the Westie dog, is on a mission to raise smiles, and Kathy also reports that there are 6 weeks left to have your say in a public consultation over proposals to open a new independent community pharmacy on Sorba Road in Oban. And the Oban Mod is now open for entries, so if you're a Gaelic speaker and learner and have a passion for singing, poetry, art and more, then pick up a copy of this week's OT or go online to www.westcoasttoday.co.uk to find out more about this year's mod and new additions to the competitions.
Thank you very much, Jodie. Owen, what have you been looking into this week?
Thank you, Sandy. A councillor has come under fire for a series of comments at a surgery earlier this month, which have been labelled racist in official complaints to Argyll and Bute Council. Argyll and Bute Council has responded to questioning on why it did not consider an offer of free land in Craigmuir during the Mull campus site recommendation process. The West Highland line is set for an upgrade, as more carriages will travel up to Fort William, but Oban is set to miss out. And finally, style has been restored to Oban. That's right, I was at the Restore fashion show last week, and what an event it was. A sold-out house, incredible outfits, and an appearance from MP Brendan O'Hara, all in support of Oban's pioneering charity shop Restore. You can have a look at some of those outfits and read the full article in this week's paper, or on westcoasttoday.co.uk.
Thank you very much, Owen. From me, well, Highlands and Islands businesses are urging the Scottish Government to delay or ditch the visitor levy in the region after half of the firms surveyed in Skye and Loch Alsh feared closure if the scheme goes ahead. The lead bidder to build 7 new Calmac electric ferries has been named, and it's not the Clyde shipbuilder Ferguson Marine. Neglected islanders are calling for a cross-party meeting to urgently replace Barra and Vattersea's unfit hospital, care home and school, where leaks, floods and mould have made parts of the building unusable. And young musicians from across the Highlands and Islands made a powerful impact at this year's Scottish Schools Pipe Band Championships, reimagining Top Gun, Ed Sheeran and A Song of Resistance for the bagpipes and drums. I have to say, if you want an antidote to all the bad news out there, take a moment to listen to the young talented bands from Barra and Arran in our online story. But don't forget to pick up your copy of the Oban Times or find many more stories from all our West Coast newspapers online at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. So it's goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Goodbye from me, Jodie Hagan.
And goodbye from me, Owen Wild.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.